There are 3 ways that you can mix colors in oil painting and keep the chroma up, keep them as colorful mixtures. I'm going to share each of those with you. You're going to want to stay to the end because it'll give you a full picture of how to truly control color in your oil painting. These methods come after we've already established the direction that we want to go in color mixing. You already want to mix a violet, a green, a yellow, orange, whatever it might be. At this point, we're really in the process of trying to hone that color exactly the way it needs to be for the painting. The first way to adjust your color is to mute the color, which is quite literally adding the complementary color into your mixture. This is a process I like to refer to as breaking the color because you start with a green, you start adding red into it, for example, and you can still maintain a green chroma, but the red is going to break that green down and start to bring it more to the center, more towards a gray or brown, for example. The next way to adjust a color is to actually tone the color, and that quite literally means adding gray to your color mixture. This is a little bit of a tricky process because it requires steps to do this really effectively. The first thing you have to do is identify the value of the color that you are adjusting. Then you need to mix a gray to the same value as the color that you're adjusting. After you have that gray that is the same value as the color mixture that you're adjusting, you can then begin to add portions of gray into your color mixture, and that will tone the color down. This is a really effective way to adjust saturation on a color while keeping chroma up. You would be surprised how much gray you can actually add into a color before it starts to go away or really change the hue. The third way that I like to adjust color is what I refer to as bending the color. And really what that means is sort of shifting the hue a little bit with an analogous mixture. If I think of muting a color as breaking it, in that I'm using something that is not originally in the color mixture that I start with. There's no red in a green mixture. I add red into it and it starts to break down the greenness of that color mixture. I can instead bend a color mixture by incorporating something that doesn't have that complementary contrast to the mixture that I'm using, and I can even think about adjusting things like value, chroma, temperature with a choice there. Great example might be, I might not add a red to a green, but maybe I might add something like a burnt sienna, which really sits more in the yellow family, to that green. It will reduce the chroma of the green. It might shift the green a little bit more towards the yellow. It will bend the color, but it's not going to really drop chroma in the same way that a red might drop chroma to that same green mixture. Here's an example of doing all of these things with the same color. I start with a green, I add a complement to it, I add a gray of the same value to it, I add an analogous color that shifts and perhaps tones this mixture down. I find that when I start honing color mixtures by really understanding pigment properties and understanding the ways in which I'm really shifting a color mixture, it becomes more calculated, the mixtures become clearer, and more importantly, I feel like I paint with more intention, and if I'm painting more intentionally, it's gotta come out a little bit better.